welcome to a very special episode of New Game Plus. I'm Tim. I'm not joined by Kirsty.
No, I've heard she's flown up to warmer climates with her herd.
It's too cold for her down here in Melbourne. And that's not the only reason why I have you here, Shane, because Kirsty knows nothing about magic.
Okay.
I know nothing about magic. So I brought you in because you know quite a bit about magic.
Oh, a little bit, I guess. We've actually got a big interview with James from Games Lab. He's the owner of Games Lab in Melbourne, and he's also the only level 5 judge in Australia. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, I guess, his views on Australia in the future for magic tournaments, because before, like 5 years ago or something, we did have literally nothing. But just now, we've got a pretty good team, and we're also getting like a major in Sydney. So it's going to be interesting, I guess, his points of view in Australia and the future for Australia in magic tournaments.
Yeah, definitely some exciting stuff coming up. So please join us in picking the brains of one of Australia's finest magic minds.
Hello, my name is Alice Clark. Welcome to my house and the very first episode of Planeswalker Plus One. We're with my wonderful guest, James McKay. He owns Games Lab and is a former level 4 judge of Magic the Gathering, which is just fancy. So, okay.
What are we going to do?
Welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, your house is beautiful.
Thank you.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I love what you've done.
Got a lot of pepper.
Pepper. Yeah, good.
Like, who doesn't love pepper? Anyway, so...
sticks.
Yes, gotta love my sticks. We're going to play a game of Magic today, and we have 2 decks. Neither of us have seen the decks. So I'm told that we can choose them by looking at the top card and only the top card.
Okay.
So shall we do this?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oh dear.
Havoc Festival, an
Yep.
enchantment that prevents players from gaining life, and Door to Nothingness. An alternate win condition requiring the low price of 10 mana.
Well.
Okay, now I really don't want to play that one.
Yeah, I was originally going towards the clear sleeves, but now I'm thinking black.
Well, as I said, I get the first choice of this
Hey,
dead sexy playmat,
How about
so...
high roll to see who gets the black one?
well, yeah, okay, so... Sure.
Good luck with that. I got 5.
I'm sorry, the Door to Nothingness.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Let's hope you can get all 10.
Good luck.
Sounds like you got a lot of colours going on there.
I hope so. It's all colourless, I'm in a lot of trouble. Maybe I've got other ways to win.
Well, you'll need the... Yeah, maybe. Maybe you can just crush me with creatures.
Animate my Door to Nothingness and then just
Yeah.
get in there.
Yeah, it'll work. So, while we shuffle,
Mm.
what originally got you into Magic?
I was thinking about this. Many, many moons ago, I used to work for Alternate Worlds, which is a comic book specialist. They also did a bit of gaming stuff.
Yep.
So, like most hobby stores, I hate to think when that was, 99.
So old.
So old. Most hobby shops sold a little bit of Magic because it was just the duck's guts. So I learned to play Magic as kind of part of my job.
Yeah.
I first learnt in a fish and chip shop next door to the comic book shop. We opened an Ice Age starter deck
Cool.
and just shuffled it and played. So it wasn't really a deck. It was all 5 colours. It was a nightmare. Like, by today's standards, it was awful. But it was...
And even still, you loved it from there?
Yeah, figure that out. The game is just that good. Even when it's super bad, it's still pretty good. Do you want to cut me?
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
We'll
Like,
be all
I'll just get a knife from the
professional.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need more scars. 'Cause I'm just, such a nerd.
Yeah.
I barely got any.
Oh, what? I have to
I
fix
know.
that.
I only kind of halfway broke my arm as a youngster, and I didn't do a very good job of that.
How'd you manage that?
Fell off a bike trying to ride it no-handed.
So, there you go. There's your nerd cred. Ooh.
Prospect, you better have made me a good deck.
Prospect,
Ooh.
you give me a lot of land.
All right.
But I will keep it anyway just because it's...
Yeah, I reckon I got a goer. Are you on the play? Have we even figured that out yet?
Oh yeah, we should probably do
Do
that.
you want odds? Or evens?
I will go odds.
It's even. I'm so plain. I need
Yeah,
to get to
you
like
totally are.
400 mana. All right. So aggressive start. Simic Guildgate.
Cool.
Had nothing like this in Ice Age,
Yeah, nothing that fancy.
but that was good. Yeah. Opened a lot of Fallen Empires boosters. You know, bad cards. It's all gonna work out. So now I have an island. So I got my
Yeah.
counterspell mana up.
Good.
Yeah, your turn.
Cool. And so after you kind of started learning how to play,
Mhm.
what made you want to become a judge?
I was really bad at playing. basically, I was playing with a bunch of other guys, some of whom were taking it pretty seriously. And I don't even know
Look
what
at
the
my
card
Thrall
does.
Parasite.
Okay.
Got Extort, and I can pay 2 life and remove a
Oh,
counter.
I'm so losing this game. So these guys,
I just bash you with 1 constantly.
they took the game pretty seriously,
Mm.
and I was not very good. So I would go to events with them and do really poorly. And then at one event, this was back when there were teams in Magic. I'm going to make a human druid.
Cool.
An Axebane Guardians will put your 1/1
Ooh.
attacking to shame, and he's going to make more mana of any colour.
Nice. Well, I'm just screwed then.
Which is going to help with my trying to get to craziness. Yeah, this other team was asking a whole bunch of questions that we didn't know the answers to. Like, if I've got a Tangle Wire and you've got a Tangle Wire, then in my upkeep, what happens? So I got kind of curious about the rules. The guy who ran PTQs at that point was helped out by a judge called Mark Brown. And Mark taught me a lot about the rules, and he passed me for my level 1. And yeah, that was kind of, the rest is history. I got a taste for it. I'm going to make another defender to stop off your death touch stuff. Here's a 0/6 flying wall. As whispers and rumors increase, so the demand for fail-safe barriers. Yeah.
I saw that movie last week. It's Hobbit, right?
The Hobbit, yeah,
Yeah.
something. Hobbit 2, right? 2 of 5. How many did you decide to split it up into?
Well, I think if it's a short story, you should try and split it up into like 30 parts.
Right.
Because then, and make each one at least 4 hours.
Milk the
that's
franchise.
exactly.
Yeah.
You never know when your next paycheck's going to come from.
Got to put those kids through college.
Yeah. So you started judging because those who can't do judge others who can?
Those who can do and those who can't teach, surely. So the other analogy I like to use is that you don't let the Formula One mechanic drive the car.
Okay.
Right? So I was very good at figuring out how the car worked, but I couldn't tell you what gear I was supposed to be in to get around that last corner as fast as possible.
Cool.
All right.
So
Did you extort me?
I
when
could
you-
not extort you this
No,
time.
when
I
you
extorted you
played the
last time.
rats?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you're 19 out of 21.
Oh, there was no announcement of that.
Yeah, there was. I said extort.
Yeah, and you even changed
We
the
have it
thing.
on
Yeah,
camera.
Yeah, okay, all right. That's probably true. I'm not going to argue with that one. All right, you're going to come at me with your sickness plague rat thing?
Yeah, may as well. There you go.
It's not poison, is it? It's just death touch.
Just
Okay,
death
I'll
touch.
just take it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
My pen rattles.
So, well, it's a maze. It's a
amazing.
dragon's maze.
Ayo. She's here till Thursday. Try the video.
Yeah. So, how did you get from which came first, being a judge or opening your own card store?
Being a judge, most
Yeah.
certainly. So I was working at Card Heaven in Chapel Street for a lovely, they weren't a couple, but a lovely couple of people. Tom,
They could be now.
They are most assuredly not.
Okay.
They're both married to other people with children.
Spread a rumor.
And one of them lives interstate.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but Tom and Bron,
Yeah.
they ran a great shop. It was huge. It was the only shop that was that big anywhere
Cool.
in Australia, certainly.
It's your turn, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I've got the talkie on.
Yeah. We like to make you multitask and make you sweat, and hopefully it'll make you play worse, so then I have a chance of winning.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
How aggressive are you? 6/6. What's the
But
things?
it gives all of your creatures lifelink if they are block.
Oh, sure. Okay, but then it's huge. Okay. Well, why don't I make some manas equal to the number of defenders I've got, and then it's an instant. That's pretty good. So, like I was saying, I'm pretty bad at magic. That's actually what I want to do. So, I'm going to encross this guy.
Aww.
So he doesn't untap during the untap step.
Well, luckily he's not tapped yet.
I know, you get one swing.
Or I get a blocker,
Or you get a blocker, that's true.
which is going to be great against your defenders who can't attack.
Yeah.
Power.
Defenders. Go.
Okay.
So on the day that I got my level 1, Tom got his level 2.
Cool.
And Mark was the one who promoted us both. And then Tom became my mentor for several years, both in the ways of running card shops and of being a judge. I started travelling. I went to my first GP at Etihad Stadium, which was then called the Telstra Dome.
Oh.
Went to a GP in Sydney where I was promoted to level 2. And then that opened the door to travel. Back then you had to be a level 2 to promote.
Start! Sorry.
Aha, right. Nice and loud this time so I
Yep.
actually heard it so you're not a dirty cheat. And I was lucky enough to receive sponsorship to go to Pro Tour Geneva.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I got my passport. I have a passport solely for Magic.
Wow.
I've never left the country for any reason other than for a Magic tournament. So there you go.
That could be the nerdiest or most awesome thing I've ever heard. I can't work out which.
I need a plan here. Hey.
Is that a plan?
No, it's a cool looking guy.
Cool.
Yeah, I won't use him yet.
The prettiness of the guy really does affect how good the card is.
I think so.
Mm.
I really want another. All right, I'm gonna make her because she's pretty.
Oh, she is pretty. And what will she do to me while she's being pretty? She
all
will
sorts of
tap my
things.
permanents. Oh, and not
Mhm.
make them untap during the next untap step.
Mm-hmm.
You get to draw a card for tapped creatures that I've got. And you get an emblem with no maximum hand size.
Oh. And anytime I play a card, I get it back.
Yep, I don't like that.
Okay, so she starts out at 4, and I'm going to immediately take her up 1, and I'm going to tap this bad boy.
No.
Yeah, sorry, Arms Beast.
Farewell, Arms
so
Beast.
that's now a crusty Arms Beast.
Yep.
And I'll ship it back to you.
Thank you. You'll need more mustics.
Don't draw a card and giggle. That's not cool.
I like giggling at stuff.
All right.
I'm as giggly as a schoolgirl. Who weirdly are don't seem to be very giggly, at least in my experience.
No, not anymore. They're haughty.
Mm.
And they're always on their phones.
Yeah.
They don't return my calls.
Why are you calling schoolgirl? I think this is something else we should explore. Does Kato know about this?
Kato's my lovely wife.
Yes.
And no, there's no schoolgirls.
Okay, cool. Well, you just had a daughter recently who
I
will
did.
one day eventually become a schoolgirl.
Oh.
So she'll need to call you.
Oh, yeah, she won't return my calls.
No, she won't.
She'll probably be like on like Google Glass implant something. Like, yeah, she's great actually. She's adorable.
She is
Yeah.
very adorable.
Refusing to walk.
Aw,
Why would I walk when Daddy carries me everywhere?
exactly. That's been my theory for the last 25 years. I went to a weird place. Anyway, I'm attacking you with typhoid rats. I'm
Just me?
attacking your planeswalker.
My beautiful Tamio.
Yeah,
I really didn't want to have
pretty
to do
shoes.
this.
I really don't want you to have to do this either.
All right, I'm gonna fog.
Aww.
See, if I'd got my emblem first, I could have fogged every turn.
Yep.
Be sweet.
Yep.
And I'd take that black deck. Then you'd have to just keep extorting me forever and win anyway.
And then make it your turn.
All right. Sure.
Yep.
All right.
So, at what point in your Magic career did you open Games Lab?
So the end of 2010, Fabian and Nathan and I, so Fabian and Nathan were 2 level 2s at the time, I was a level 3, had travelled to Worlds in Chiba. So we're in Japan. Australia did really well that year. We got 2 players, one finished 9th and one finished 10th.
Nice.
The Australian team did really, really well. And Fabian and Nathan were both promoted to level 3 and I was promoted to level 4.
Fancy.
So pretty stoked. We had a pretty great time. I'm going to tap something else down. Alright, so that can't
Sad.
tap next turn.
Okay.
But you do get to eat that next turn.
Excellent.
And that way we'll remember what's going on.
Yep.
And I will do nothing else.
Okay.
Because I'm blue, right?
Yeah.
And then we came back from Chiba and started talking about opening a shop. And that was early 2011. And then we opened it on June 17th, 2011, after a whirlwind trip to GP Singapore and then Pro Tour Nagoya. And then we bought a whole bunch of cards, came back. The plane landed at 6 o'clock on Friday morning and we opened the shop at midday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems well planned.
Yeah, get into it.
Yeah.
That was a pretty weird day.
So it's actually a pretty new store.
Yeah, we are 2.5 years old now.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah,
Cute.
it's a little toddler.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Cool. In the meantime, I'm going to extort you twice as I do a searing spear to your face.
Rather than allow that to resolve, and I'm going to dissolve
Oh. And
rather
then.
than resolve. So as this resolves, I presume it is, I'm going to scry 1.
Sad.
And I'm going to leave that on top, I think.
Okay. And so none of my extorts go through.
No, they do. Yeah,
they
'cause
do.
they trigger off the playing of the spell
Ah.
rather than the spell successfully resolving. So I'm going to take
See, this
two.
is why we need a judge.
Yeah.
We always need a judge.
Judges are very good to have.
Yes.
And I thought, like going back a little ways to the team that I was on, that I thought I would be a more valuable member of the team. If like all good parties, you need a half-ent shaman mage. So I thought I could be that guy. Oh, now we're cooking with gas. Oh, I knew I was drawing that. I thought I had two now. I'm so dumb. So I believe, Tamio, that your time is up. So I'm going to -8 her, and the game will just eat her. I'm going to use your cool sliver token
Excellent.
to indicate my emblem that says whenever I do anything cool, I can return it to my hand.
Okay. Can I ever destroy that in any way?
No, you cannot.
So I cannot destroy permanent?
It's not a permanent. It's in the command zone.
So it's just tears then?
It just is.
Yeah.
Yep. Forever.
Yeah.
Currently no cards that interact with emblems.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than to make them.
We
in the
need to
first place.
make one of those.
Yes.
Talk to the people.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have a phone line to them anymore. I got disconnected.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
right. You're
stepped
not a
away
level
from
4
the
judge
program.
anymore.
Yeah.
So, why did you step away from judging?
Well, we just talked about opening a shop and having a baby. So my hands were so full, I couldn't carry all of these things.
Surely judges get like awesome wigs or something?
We get stuff. I mean, I was traveling around the world maybe 5 or 6 times a year. Japan, Paris, America, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur.
It's quite a bit to give up.
Yeah. it
Aurora
was-
has a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid.
Better return your calls when she gets to school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what can I
And
do?
invite her friends. I mean,
It's going to a creepy place, man.
you're the one with the stripper pole in your... I mean, you did pull it out. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My house has a checkered history. It used to have a stripper pole from the previous owner. It now doesn't, and instead it has a nice office, which is very grown up. And yes. So, tell me more about your store. What happens
Sure.
there? Why does it happen there? Could it
Right.
happen there better? Would you like it to happen
it could.
differently?
Anything could happen there better. One of the things we try and maintain is that we're always looking to improve. So Games Laboratory is an event space and somewhere that I would like gamers to feel as a community hub. So we have seating for just over 200 players.
Cool.
Over 2 levels. We sell a lot of Magic stuff, but also board games, and provide a space for board gamers, any gamers, role players, card gamers, to come and hang out. It's free to use the space, so if you and your friends wanted to come in on a Thursday afternoon and play some Settlers of Catan, you'd be most welcome to do so, and there'd be space for you to do that. Yeah. So on a number of occasions we've had people, usually older people, come in and say, "So is this a not-for-profit? Are you on some kind of government grant, or how does this place work?" And no, we're a legitimate business that's been paying me a living wage and paying all my staff a living wage for 2.5 years now.
Which is just impressive considering how young the business is.
Yeah, absolutely. We hit the ground running. We opened at a fairly opportune time, though. There was another game shop in Melbourne that had just closed its doors due to a series of dreadful events. He got robbed a couple of times.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really, really awkward and awful because they were inside jobs.
Hey.
Yeah, so he's like, "No, I'm done. The community is not taking care of him. So why would he continue to take care of them?" So he sold his business, which I felt left a gaping hole in the Melbourne gaming kind of culture tapestry, which we step into, and tore wide open and put big green stamps. Okay, go.
Okay, so is there anything about your magic journey that you do differently?
That I do differently?
That you would do differently?
That I would do differently?
Throw parasite.
I have no counter spells. I need a counter spell. That I would do
Throw
differently?
parasite extorted.
I'm pretty happy with where we've ended up.
Your turn.
I'm going to have to remember to grip tide one of the throw parasites.
Yep.
This did not get there. No, because I can play a fog bank here, but it's not really going to be enough. Because you're just going to draw your guy and extort me in.
Pretty much.
Scoopla.
Yep.
You got me.
Yay.
Hey, I had the door.
That's
I
good.
just couldn't open the door.
Did you see what my really exciting card was?
Throw a parasite.
Nope. Rakdos Guildgate.
A land.
Yes, it would have terrified you.
It could have
And
got there.
amazed.
I locked you out, but it wasn't enough. Extort
That's good.
came
Good
over
game.
the top. No, I'm not sure that there's anything I'd really do differently. I took as many opportunities as I could to travel when I could.
Yep.
When I travelled, I talked to as many people as I could. Tried to see as much of the world as I could outside of so many convention centres the world over. Filled my passport up with stamps and took photos.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, how do you see Magic now? Like,
It's in a pretty great place.
as I think this. Cannot remember the name of the person. But anyway, now that you've looked at Magic from both sides now, from give and take,
Yep.
and still somehow,
Yeah, I've been to Wizards head office a couple of times. Spoken to people, and the game as a game is amazing. It's been going for 20 years.
Yep.
Most games that exist, might have been around for 20 years, but you don't say that they've been like running for 20 years. Like, because this game is still alive, it's not like you buy it in a box and you're done.
yeah,
And 10 years later you buy another one for the beach house. Every 3 months there's new cards coming out. The game's vibrant. It's in a really good place. It's survived the GFC really, really well. All the figures that Hasbro are, allowing to be made public show that they're doing really, really well with Magic. So I think from an economic point of view, it's great. I think from a community point of view, it's great. And from just a pure game point of view, it's great. I wish I got to play it.
How about you, from your personal point of view? How do you see Magic now?
As something I'd like to be doing more of, but kind of can't quite get around to doing or justify. I'm playing more Magic now that the shop's settled down a bit. We moved again. Now that we're in kind of a permanent home, a forever home. I'm getting a chance to play more often. I was thinking as we were setting this all up that I think the last time I played Magic was for the Planeswalker Plus draft.
That's a while ago.
6 months ago. And that would certainly be one of the probably 10 games of Magic I've played in the last 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so I haven't played a lot, but in the last month I've probably played half a dozen games.
Cool.
So mostly with that result, getting crushed by.
But I think it's
some
important to note that
interval.
you are currently beating our cameraman prospect in the Legacy draft.
By one spot.
But you are also kicking our other cameraman and producers' ass. David, not Liam, whatever the hell your name is.
So go with the
You
face.
little beardy man. Even better. So you're still doing well.
Yeah, I got some chops.
Wow, you are all beardy men. Well done, guys.
Yeah,
Look at you with your facial hair.
masculine and stuff.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for the game.
No, thank you.
And
Pleasure.
thank you for letting us occasionally play in your store.
No, most welcome anytime.
So, Timmy, do you understand Magic more than you did now?
I understand that there's like a blocking and attacking. I don't know. Hearthstone just has taunt, and that's about as far as I can go.
Well, like in all Magic, Magic and like Hearthstone, there's the kind of different type of decks, like control decks or your early game decks, or you just like your spell.
I have a hard enough time understanding Hearthstone as it is. Like I need to learn the simpler game before I learn the harder game.
Oh God!
But it's been a pretty slow few weeks for game
It
releases,
has.
so we're going to have a very interesting interview again for you next week. So we've got John Day of Disney Infinity fame.
Yep.
We'll be picking his brain for another episode-long feature. So look forward to that, and I guess we should wrap it up.
Probably should.
So visit our website, www.newgameplus.tv,
Twitter and Instagram @NewGamePlusTV.
and like our Facebook, facebook.com/NewGamePlusTV.
Also follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/NewGamePlusTV. We're going to have a lot of good stuff up there.
Yep, so that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Shane.
No problems at all.
We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.